Can we change the dynamics of a relationship, including our anxious avoidant dynamics, through the law of assumption? Okay, so the answer is yes. For those of you that don't know or haven't heard of it, the law of assumption is essentially, it's kind of a blend of cognitive behavioral therapy and self-fulfilling prophecies. So it's the idea that what we assume to be true about ourselves, others, and our relationships kind of becomes the lens through which we see and respond to the world, and therefore shapes the way we experience reality. So let's bring this into a more practical space. So let's say we have an avoidant partner, and they carry this unconscious assumption that romantic partners eventually will want too much, need too much, or ask for more than they have to give. And with that belief comes an expectation that they will either lose themselves trying to meet those needs or fail and be rejected. But there's another part of them that also longs for love and connection. So let's say they wind up in a relationship anyway, and it feels like things are going good for a while. The honeymoon phase feels pretty awesome, and they're able to kind of sustain that for a period of time. And so 3 to 6 months go by, and the attachment system activates and it turns on. And without any warning, they start pulling away, not because their partner did anything wrong, but because their inner narrative is predicting failure. And so now the partner who hasn't been demanding, wasn't anxious or overbearing, is suddenly confused and hurt. And their avoidant partner's abrupt distance makes absolutely no sense. So they start reaching for answers. They start getting anxious, and maybe they become more reactive. And the avoidant partner says, see, I knew that would happen. But the truth is they induced that reaction. And so it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. This would be the law of assumption, right? It works the other way too. Let's imagine we have an anxious partner who's been cheated on a lot. And so they carry that wound into the next relationship, and now they're hypervigilant, checking phones, suspicious of passwords, constantly asking for reassurance. Now let's say that their new partner, who has been faithful and hasn't given any reason to spark distrust, eventually becomes confused and even offended by the constant inquisition. And so over time, they start wondering, are they projecting onto me because they're being unfaithful? Or maybe they think, well, I'm already being treated like the bad guy. Maybe I should just go out and do what I'm already being punished for. And so in psychoanalysis, this is what we call the projected introject. The partner has absorbed the anxious person's projection and become what they are being accused of. Again, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's the law of assumption. It's all the same thing. But this is kind of the kicker. The law of attraction also plays a role here. So someone who has been cheated on is more likely to attract another cheater, not because they deserve it, but because they are energetically preoccupied with it. That emotional intensity, the hyperfocus, the fear, the obsession becomes a kind of energetic beacon or lighthouse. And we start attracting more of what we carry emotionally. And this applies to the avoidant partner as well. If they expect that their partner is going to be too demanding, they're more likely to attract someone on the extreme end of the anxious spectrum who has demanding traits. The law of attraction at work. And so now we have confirmation bias, right? But even if it's this, in this case, let's say, but even if the avoidant partner attracts someone who's relatively secure, if the emotional intensity tied up in their insecure beliefs is strong enough, as we demonstrated, they can induce the thing that they're trying to avoid. And now we're back to the law of assumption again, right? So the takeaway here really is change the way you think and react, and that's how you're going to change your reality.